Sabbatismos, the debate that shakes Sunday to the core. Episode 5, The Sunday Excuses, debunked Protestant Pastor Harry confidently holding up notes at a Sunday seminar. Pastor Harry: let's be clear. The early church worshipped on Sunday. Jesus rose on the first day. Paul broke bread on Sunday. The Spirit came at Pentecost on a Sunday. That's enough evidence. SDA. Pastor Paul calmly steps up, holding only his Bible. Pastor Paul: Harry, you've listed every excuse in the book, and not a single one commands Sunday worship. Let's dismantle them, one by one. Excuse number 1. Jesus rose on Sunday, so we worship on Sunday. So what? Yes, Jesus rose on the first day, but God never commanded us to honor his resurrection with a new day of worship. Jesus also died on Friday. Did he say to keep that day holy? There is no verse, none, that says Sunday is now holy because of the resurrection. Hebrews 4:9 still says, "There remaineth therefore a Sabbatismos, Sabbath-keeping, to the people of God." And Jesus himself said, "The Son of Man is Lord also of the Sabbath." Mark 2:28. Not Lord of Sunday. Excuse number 2. Paul broke bread on Sunday in Acts 27. That verse says the disciples came together to break bread, but they also broke bread daily. Acts 2:46. And the meeting in Acts 20. It was at night, because Paul was leaving the next day. Biblically, a day starts at sundown, Genesis chapter 1:5. So Saturday evening equals the start of Sunday. Paul preached Saturday night and was gone Sunday morning. This isn't a command, it's just a travel log. Excuse number 3, 1 Corinthians 16:2 says to take up a collection on the first day. Paul didn't tell them to go to church. He told them to lay aside funds at home. Upon the first day of the week, let every one of you lay by him in store. Not in church, at home. There is no worship service here, no assembly, no Sabbath. Pastor Harry: but the early church fathers said the church met on Sunday. Pastor Paul: the church fathers aren't scripture, and even they admitted the Sabbath was changed by church authority, not by God. Of course, the Catholic Church claims that the change was her act, and the act is a mark of her ecclesiastical power. C.F. Thomas, 1892. They don't hide it. They say, Sunday is our mark of authority, the church is above the Bible. So whose side are you on, Harry? Tradition or truth? Pastor Harry: but God looks at the heart. It doesn't matter what day we worship. Pastor Paul: then why did he write, "Remember the Sabbath day," on tablets of stone? Why does Isaiah 58:13 say, "If thou turn away thy foot from the Sabbath, from doing thy pleasure on my holy day"? Why does Hebrews 4:9 still declare, "There remaineth therefore a Sabbath-keeping to the people of God"? It does matter. If it didn't, God wouldn't have written it, blessed it, or preserved it from Genesis to Revelation. Closing challenge. Pastor Paul: to every pastor preaching Sunday, to every church repeating excuses, to every soul that values tradition over truth, answer this. Where is your verse? Where is the command to keep Sunday holy? Because unless you can find it, you are not standing on Scripture. You are standing on sand. And Hebrews chapter 4:9 still stands like a rock. There remaineth therefore a Sabbath-keeping to the people of God.